COVID-19. So you're going to hear about all of that. We are live now, so come on Facebook. We are waiting for you to come on, say hello, and ask a question or make a comment. We're ready for you at Praise 90.1 FM WJOU. Now, for your weather right now, before our breakfast chat, 77 degrees outside. Grab that umbrella and those sunshades because you're going to need both of them today. We're going to have a high of 90, but it's going to feel like 97. That's your weather, brought to you by Apple White Movers.
Si está enfermo con el COVID-19 o cree que podría haberlo contraído, tome medidas para ayudar a proteger a las otras personas para que no se enfermen. Quédese en casa, excepto para buscar atención médica. Llame al médico antes de ir. Apártese de las demás personas que vivan con usted. Use una cubierta de tela para la cara para proteger a los demás. Cúbrase la nariz y la boca con un pañuelo desechable cuando tosa o estornude y lávese las manos inmediatamente. Evite compartir artículos con otras personas de su casa. Esto incluye toallas, sábanas, etc. Asegúrese de que los platos se laven en agua caliente o en la lavadora automática de platos antes de que alguien más los use. Preste atención a cómo se siente. Si empieza a tener dificultad para respirar o está preocupado por su salud, llame al médico. Para obtener más información, visite cdc.gov/Spanish.
Hey, this is Bruce Bean. Your message of praise is Mark 10, verse 27 from the New King James Version of the Bible. But Jesus looked at them and said, "With men it is impossible, but not with God. For with God all things are possible." Get your message of praise at WJOU.org. I'm Bruce Bean, and I am Oakwood University Radio.
You're listening to 90.1 FM WJOU. It is 8:35 in the Tennessee Valley. Yeah, we are a few minutes late, but we are here with our breakfast chat, and we are just so honored to welcome to WJOU and Morning Joy, Gloria Batts, to the show. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
We gotta have, I just feel so honored to have her here. She is just amazing, doing some wonderful ministries in the Tennessee Valley. And you're going to hear about it in just a few minutes. I know many of you have already heard about what she's done and what she is doing, but we're going to share a little bit more about that. And we want you to go ahead and join us on Facebook and on YouTube. I see you starting to come in because we want you to respond. So just say hello where you're watching from. And if you have a comment or a question, you can ask that as well. And we'll get it to Gloria before she leaves at probably 9 o'clock. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. All right, so we're just so happy to have you here with us today. If you don't know, Gloria Batts is the co-founder of Village of Promise, which was launched in 2011, right? 2011, and that was about fighting generational poverty, and that has been very, very successful. They do a lot of things in the city now that the organization does, but you're not a part of it anymore, right?
Well,
or are you?
Where you can't throw your baby away. Right?
I know that's right.
So, I was the program director, co-founder and program director of Village of Promise.
Right.
And all of the programs that we put in place were really under the inspiration and the modeling that we were doing was from the work that's successfully being done in Central Harlem by Jeffrey Canada, who is the premier example of what fighting intergenerational poverty is. And of course, it's basically through education, through literacy, through tackling everything that any family, whether you're in poverty or whether you're in wealth, that you need.
So now they have something that most people will know about. I mean, people probably have heard Village of Promise, but really didn't understand what it was about until you just said it. But there's one other thing that they do, like citywide. What is that? Is it the table?
The program that they
do in the city.
The Thanksgiving project.
Yeah.
That's a project that has come since since I left Village of Promise formerly left Village of Promise as program director.
Right.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So this has done some great things. So that's why we're excited and know that the next thing that you're doing right now is Children Read Succeed. Now tell us about that and what was the inspiration behind this one?
So when I formally stepped away from the work that I was doing with Village of Promise, I did so with because I wanted the work that we were doing. I was satisfied with the capable hands that I was leaving the program piece in. Several of our parents had even become parent advocates, so they had stepped in some of those roles. But what I wanted to do, I wanted to expand the reach of the work that we were doing, because the work by design is replicable. And so when I stepped away from Village of Promise, I founded Children Read Succeed. And the first place that we went into beyond Huntsville was in a place called Bullock County, which I had never heard of.
Right. Okay.
But State Representative Anthony Daniels had approached me and asked me if I would come to Bullock County, go to Bullock County, because, and put some programs in place that I had put in place with Village of Promise. And I this is no joke, but I did tell him I didn't even know what Bullock County was.
Right.
And of course, it happens to be his birthplace.
Okay.
And which is in a place called Union Springs, Alabama, which is right about 40 miles from Montgomery.
Okay.
And right next to Tuskegee, Alabama.
All right.
And so those were all familiar places to me. So for 3 years, after being introduced to the superintendent of the Bullock County School District by Representative Daniels, 3 years we delivered the Children's Defense Fund's Freedom School.
Okay.
Into the Bullock County School District.
Okay.
And what I want to say about that is Bullock County is the first school district in the state of Alabama to sponsor and finance a freedom school.
Okay.
With the support of the State Department of Education. So what that means that we had 100% support from the state superintendent,
Wow.
Dr. Mackey.
Wow.
Every year of the 3 years that we were in Bullock County, Dr. Mackey would always come and be one of our read aloud guests. And of course, he was familiar with Freedom School because he knew about the Freedom School that we had up in Huntsville, and so we were able to put Freedom School. That was the first program we put outside of Huntsville through Children Read Succeed.
Wow.
And so I did it as the director of Children Read Succeed, but it was actually funded by, the Bullock County School District's Freedom School.
And they funded it
They
along with the Children's Defense Fund?
Well,
No, how does
so
that-
let me make this clear.
Yeah.
The Children's Defense Fund does not provide funding to the national program of Freedom Schools. They provide the model, they provide the curriculum, they provide the training for staff.
Yes.
And so you make an application for the Children's Defense Fund's Freedom School. They vet your application, and if you are accepted, if your application is accepted to be a Freedom School partner, then you of course, you have to meet the financial obligations of a partner, and then you can launch your 6 weeks summer reading program, which is basically what Freedom School is.
Okay, so it's a summer reading program. That's the Freedom School. And how does that associate with the Children Read Succeed? How does those work together?
Children read. So 3 ways that you can have a Freedom School. You can either be a faith-based organization, you can be a nonprofit organization, or you can be a school district. So I've given you the first way. So the school district in Bullock County, they applied for a Freedom School.
Okay.
I operated the Freedom School.
Okay.
Now, when we applied for Freedom School in Huntsville through Village of Promise made the application as a 501c3 nonprofit organization. So we met the criteria in that regard.
Okay.
So so even though we were initially in some public schools delivering Freedom School, the funding was privately funded through the donations and contributions that were coming through Village of Promise. And then, of course, I've not been involved in a faith-based community sponsoring a freedom school to the extent that they were the organization that made application to the Children's Defense Fund to become a partner. But I will quickly say this, that we have received much support. As Children Read Succeed, the first faith-based organization, church, was Union Chapel's church out on Winchester Road. They provided us with the facility to deliver a freedom school in 23. I get
2023 or
23 because I get these years start to run together.
I know,
especially these school years.
It's going so fast.
So they provided us with they basically just handed over their academy to us summer of 2023, and we were able to enroll about 90 children in Freedom School, scholars.
That was the first one here in Huntsville?
No,
that wasn't the first one.
Through Children's Read Succeed.
Through
Children's Read Succeed. So let's keep because Children Read Succeed, it embodies many programs.
Right. Okay.
All of which are national programs. The Children Read Succeeds Freedom School is a national program of the Children's Defense Fund. Okay,
right.
So you become a partner with the Children's Defense Fund when you operate a freedom school.
Okay,
you cannot operate a freedom school without having gone through the vetting process of the Children's Defense Fund, and so you can't just bootleg a freedom school.
Wow. Well, we know that. We know that. You can't do that. So what makes this, though, because there are some other literacy programs that people are running in the Tennessee Valley. What makes this one really different from the others that are already offered?
So what makes our Freedom School program, what makes the Children's Defense Fund's Freedom School program different from any summer program in the country, really, is because the emphasis is on the whole family.
Right. Okay.
The emphasis is on community. The emphasis is on the individual. The emphasis is on the nation. The emphasis is on the respective cities that the scholars live. And there is by design there is a parent engagement component to Freedom School.
Okay.
It's a 6-week run program. It is operated 5 days a week from 8 to 3.
Okay.
The scholars are provided with a nutritional lunch and breakfast and snacks. The curriculum is called the Integrated Reading Curriculum, the IRC. And so the Children's Defense Fund, they have a whole staff dedicated to just the design of the summer reading program. That's a whole separate department from the Children's Defense Fund's overall operations.
Okay.
The Freedom School component is. And so the books that the scholars are introduced to every summer, and I've said this at the luncheon where you attended, is that the books that they are introduced to at least a minimum of 25 books over the period of 6 weeks.
Wow. And they read those books?
They are. The servant leader interns, who are normally college students, they lead in that curriculum. So you see I have the curriculum before me.
This is a big book, y'all. If y'all on Facebook, you can see it here. This is the curriculum book.
And this book is there's a different book for every summer.
Okay.
And the curriculum is written for every book. For that, so you see all these books that I have.
I see the books. Yes.
So these are books that have been used in the past. But for every book that they are introduced to every summer, there is a curriculum
that
for
goes
that
along
book, for that particular book. And so the servant leader intern, that college student who would have already traveled to the historical Alex Haley Farm, which is now the headquarters for training for Children's Defense Fund. They would have the servant leader interns, the college students would have already traveled to the Alex Haley Farm to learn how to deliver this curriculum.
Wow.
And
Okay.
so that much investment goes into preparing for that 6-week program. And then they come, but on the front end of that, the project directors would have already traveled maybe in the spring to the Alex Haley Farm to learn about the curriculum and
Right.
everything.
And learn how to deliver it.
Learn how to
and-
deliver
and-
the curriculum so that they can make sure that those interns are delivering it with fidelity.
So did you have a program this summer?
We did not have a program this summer. Our goal is to return. I jokingly said, but I was telling the truth that I was in Freedom School burnout because I read 3.
I hear you.
In
That's a lot of
2023,
work. Yes.
I operated 3 Freedom Schools.
Wow.
One in Charlotte, North Carolina, one in Huntsville, Alabama,
Oh my.
and one in Bullock County. So that was a bit taxing.
That's a
so
lot,
I
yes.
I told him I was in Freedom School recovery, not burnout. I told him I was in Freedom School
See,
recovery.
okay, not burn.
Not
But I
burnout.
mean, we wouldn't have any. We wouldn't have a problem with
that
it.
was
if
the
you said
word
it
I
was
chose. I
burnout.
told him I was in Freedom School recovery. So we are our plan is to come back with a vengeance for
Okay,
2026.
For 2026. 26. Okay, yes,
Yeah,
for next year.
because this is 2025.
Yes,
right?
it is.
I know. See, these days and these years,
These years are just running by so
it's
fast.
not only
It
the
is already
days.
2026
It's
next
already
year.
yeah. So the curriculum has already been written. We will actually have the curriculum developer to be at an event that we're going to talk about later or at some other time.
But it sounds like there's a lot of opportunities here as you're ramping up for 2026. Like you're looking for students and college students to help with the curriculum. You're looking for church-based organizations to maybe sponsor it, or do you already have that worked out where you're going to have these schools next
No,
summer?
what we need from the community is we need people who are, even if you don't want to be a partner of a Freedom School, because Freedom Schools are very expensive. I would say that they're very expensive. There's opportunity for making donations so that we can have Freedom Schools. There's opportunity. We are always looking for college students. And they're compensated. These
Yes.
college students
Oh,
are
wow.
the
No, I
college.
know they like that
The
now.
college students are compensated for even though the program is a 6 weeks program that they spend with the scholars. They are involved in preparation and training for about 3 weeks prior to that.
Okay, so
Because
this is summer. It's all summer for them. So once they're let loose for the summer, then they go directly into this training program. They must.
They have to go
To do 6
into
weeks.
pre-national training.
What?
Then they go to national training.
Oh wow.
The they is the
student, the college
student.
Yes.
Then they come back and they have to prepare their classrooms based on the way that they have been taught to deliver and set up their classrooms. They have to come back and they have to, if they haven't already discovered what their theme would be for that 6 weeks, they have to create their theme and make it happen in their classrooms. And then that 3rd week, then they welcome those young scholars.
Wow.
Into
wow.
and the ratio of the scholars to the servant leader interns, the ratio is 10-1. So we're not talking about
That's good.
That's another, for instance, how Freedom Schools are different. The ratio is 10-1. We're not teaching necessarily the mechanics of reading, but we are teaching children to fall in love with books. If they fall in love with books, they fall in love. All of this technology, these devices, they're fine. But they're doing a disservice to our young minds and to our young children. So children need to fall in love with reading. They need to fall in love with books. If they fall in love with the books, and they're going to learn how to read. And there is a pre and post assessment that happens in the 6 weeks that we have the scholars with us for the summer. So they are assessed on where they are reading level prior to Freedom School, and there's a post assessment where they are at the end of summer reading.
So this whole program is really about changing the trajectory of children as it relates to reading, but it doesn't leave out the parents, does it?
Absolutely, it does not. Now, there is a parent engagement component to Freedom School. So every parent that comes into Freedom School, they must sign a consent agreement and they must sign a commitment agreement. And what they're basically, or if there is not either the parent or a responsible adult in the life of that child. Each parent also has to, in that commitment, they're committing to participating in a weekly parent meeting.
Nice.
So we have, and it's with structure, and it will deal with we on the front end. We will ask parents as we have our information meetings with parents in preparation for Freedom School. I would typically ask them, what areas concern you the most in the education processes, or even the development, just the overall development of your child. When they share that information with us, then in many instances we will bring in subject content experts to work with the parents or discuss areas of intervention with the parents. And I also bring, which is not required by Freedom School, but I also bring in a speech language pathologist.
Oh, nice.
And I do this for this reason. So we can find, because I said we don't teach the mechanics of reading, but we and the reason I bring on the speech language pathologist is because we want to find out where those young children are, and any counseling with regards to intervention, the speech language pathologist can share with the parents. So if they're not already receiving those services in their regular school program, then they can start getting those in place, and we will assist the parents and helping them to get those in place.
All right, so now you're getting ready to ramp up for 2026, and you have an event coming up on August the 21st. Tell us about that. It's called Whimsical Woodland of Words. What is that about? And you kind of mentioned it already and said that it's really trying to gather people to work with the program in 2026.
Well, really, no. Well, we use every opportunity to
I know.
We use every event as an opportunity to talk about the opportunities that are available for getting persons in the community involved in the work that we do. The event that we're going to have on August 21st, we are actually working in collaboration and partnership with one of the bookstores in Madison.
Okay.
So every third Thursday in Madison, they have Third Thursdays. And so Robin Dormer, who is the owner of Blue Apple Books, and just a shout out to Robin for the very diverse, very diverse books that she has in her store. So, as one of the shop owners, we will be partnering. I will be partnering with her as one of the shop owners, and I asked her, let's do something with regards to reading and work, because typically she has authors and things of that nature in her store. But we've invited local authors to come in, and
they'll be talking about their books and signing books. So this is going to be on the 21st in Madison. It's a Thursday. From
5 to 8.
Okay.
And also we'll have line dancing.
Oh, wow.
So
just some fun activities
where
for the whole family,
where them fans at, and boots on the ground. With everybody that knows that Kenji Hyder is phenomenal in that regard.
Well, y'all put that on your calendar. Put that on your calendar, because that's coming up in August the 21st.
Family friendly.
So let's let people know how they can, because we're getting ready to close right now. What you need, how they can get in touch with you, get help, so that if they are interested in volunteering or supporting what you're doing.
And we need support all year round. So CRS hsv.org. That is our
that's your website. Is
that's
that your
our
website or your email?
That's our website.
Okay.
CRSHSV.org. That's our website. That's Children Read Succeed's website. And so if you get in touch with us, the number is 256-509-0434. And we are on all of the social media platforms.
Okay. They're on Y'all on Facebook, you're on YouTube, y'all on YouTube or Twitter or Instagram.
So Twitter is X now, right?
Right. Yeah, but who knows? But listen, we have had a great time talking with you about the program Children Read Succeed. As you heard, they're going to be gearing up for 2026. So they got an event coming up on the 21st. You can get more information about it there, or you could just go to their website at crshsv.org or give them a call at 256-509-0434. Thank you, Ms. Batts, for yes, go ahead. You got one more thing?
I do. I want to emphasize the 21st. We are calling all breast cancer survivors.
Okay.
I've mentioned that we have invited guest authors to be a part of that event. Whimsical
Woodlands Word
of Words. And one of our featured authors is a young African American medical doctor. She's 43 now, but 6 years ago she had a diagnosis of triple negative breast cancer that metastasized to her brain. She had 3 toddlers.
Wow.
She had 3 toddlers. She and her husband had 3 toddlers at the time. So so that was 6 years ago. So they're still very young children. Yes. She will be at the event to sign books. And Gilead Sciences, I've communicated with them, and they have sent me 200 copies of a book that she is one of the collaborators on. It's called The Adventure Jar. Significant to that is it's a book it's a children's book written to help children how to navigate their mothers who've had diagnoses of breast cancer. And there's a curriculum guide that goes with this. So she will be there signing those books, and so we'll be special tribute.
We'll be looking for you all to come out. I see many of you on Facebook, so looking for you to come out on August the 21st in Madison. You'll get more information. It's downtown Madison at Whimsical Woodland of Words. And we thank you so much for being with us today and talking with us for a breakfast chat on Morning Joy on this Fearless Friday.
Hey, Nick Cannon here. So we all know we've got a lot of talent in America, but unfortunately there's something else we've got way too much of: childhood hunger. 17 million kids struggle with it in this country. That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gather surplus food to give hope to hungry kids and their families. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
A message from Feeding